and inhaling. But he's kind of hating pellets. Oh, jeez. Settle. A little bit crazy. That is a dominant gene. Look at the cool colors on her. So she's got really nice pink on her. Look at that blue booty. Yes, not the first time I've said that. Anyway, we will jump to Kate and Kate's new boyfriend soon. This is my fish room if you haven't seen it. I still need to get lights. Still need to move these tanks so my floor doesn't go kaboom. Haven't done that yet. But what we're going to do while we've got a little bit of light left is we're going to defrost a whole lot of this stuff, which is just your seafood mix that you can get from the supermarket. I think I have 3 bags of this, so it's like $40 worth. We're going to feed some big fish. So let's jump to that. And welcome to the chaos. I have my giant bucket of seafood. So pretty much just prawns. I think there's calamari, there's fish in there, and God knows what else. I feed them a mixture of that plus pellets and that so they can actually get vitamins and minerals. These are the biggest stingrays. There's the big girls. Don't know how big they are. They're maybe 60 centimeters diameter. This is 5 foot front to back. So this is technically my sump that powers that big pool there, which is temporary. Everything's temporary. And is also plumbed into this tank, which is a 9x4. And it's just got a few bigger rays in it, just mainly girls. I think there's a boy P14 somewhere in here, and a few random peacock bass, and a super huge Saratoga. There's the bass. Once the bass sort of have their full, the rays are going to eat better. But yeah, I don't even need to chop up any of the seafood anymore because they'll just inhale it. But as I said, they need the pellets as well, otherwise they're not going to get enough sort of nutrition from it. And there's a few vitamin issues with just feeding them seafood. So you just don't want to feed them seafood as well. Only seafood, if that makes sense. Bass eating more. I think that is a Mantilla cross. We have a black diamond cross. We have a pure P14. Pretty sure that is a Mantilla. What is it? Mantilla cross Maturo, I'm pretty sure. So that one must be the pure Mantilla underneath that male there somewhere. There's a pure black diamond in there somewhere. They've inhaled all that, so they get a little bit more of that. And instantly my water goes murky because that is a lot of food. There's the Saratoga. So I think the Saratoga is going on 4 years now. So I think I've had them for 4 years since a little tiny baby. Maybe about 70 centimeters or so. Doesn't look 70 centimeters, but it's pretty big. This tank is 4 foot front to back. And these rays are bigger than my hand. So, I don't know, medium size. Here's a little boy. And it's Benji, yay, woof. So we will feed these girls. So I do need to get them into a tank because, yeah, currently they're in the sump. But the sump, as I said, is pretty big. So there's Mr. Black Diamond munching away. Don't know why he looks orange in this video, but he's actually white. Here comes the big girls if they think about coming over here. See, she doesn't look large, but she's pretty large. I would say at least 50, 60 centimeters diameter. She's had a couple of clutches of babies. Is it clutches? Litters? I guess it's a litter. They have pups. So you'd have a litter of pups, wouldn't you? And then that other girl there, she's only had her first litter a little while ago, maybe 2 months, 3 months. So as she's saying that, this big girl is probably due again soon. I think she just inhaled the male. There's the male. So yeah, obviously got the mesh to stop things getting in there. We've had water dragons try and get in here. There's some big predatory birds that lurk around. So I don't want my stingrays getting eaten by things or little dogs falling in, do we? No, we don't. I will give them a little bit more. I can't feed that at the moment because that is dark, but we'll jump to the other bigger tanks. And we will make our way over to Mr. Red-tailed Catfish. Again, Mr. Red-tailed Catfish doesn't look very big, but he's big. At least 3 foot. So, handful of food. And inhaling. So all the little particles and stuff in here will end up inside the tiny little fish I've got in here, which is Endler's live bearers. He hasn't eaten any, but a lot of them have gone into my sump. So I need to fix that. So yeah, once I fix the sump issue, I'll put a lot of them back in. The sump is 1100 litres, so they're perfectly fine. I hope he doesn't break the tank. There you go, here's your shrimp. Got him. We should give him another handful. And we'll have to feed all those guys down there. The interesting thing of keeping him in this tank is he uses the side walls of the tank to swim around, which I didn't think he would. So he hasn't been in a tank for years, like maybe 10 years plus. He is inhaling. That is ridiculous. You missed a couple. You wondering what that noise is? Yes, I'm on a boat. No, I'm not. Yeah, see, he uses the whole sides of the tank. He's actually washed all his gravel right up that side, just to be difficult. So yeah, it's interesting. Definitely wants a bigger tank. Well, I want a bigger tank for him. It's just a matter of finding money to move to acreage and going all out. And yeah, then we'll see some big tanks and some fun. He's a boy. He's a little boy. There we go. So that is him. We will go to Mr. Grouper. So the Queensland Grouper. We should see how many prawns he can eat. He had pellets this morning, but he's kind of hating pellets. Oh, jeez. Settle. It's behind you. That's one. And that is two. Okay, we're not going to count them because it's going to end up like 30 or something stupid. So you can have two at a time. You missed one. It's behind your flap. So blue damsels in there are doing fine. He's too big to even bother with them. Piece of calamari. Jeez. There it is. It's above you. It's behind you. It's over there. You got it. Good boy. Or girl. Probably a girl. Who knows? Another one. Might just give him a couple of mussels. Maybe a piece of fish. It's behind you. There it is. You got it. And I think that's all you're going to get until tomorrow, because otherwise, yeah. I've only got a little sump down the bottom. I don't want to screw his water up. Do we? No, we don't. So the rest of it is going to go in this tank, which is another 9-footer. Mainly South American, a few Asian fish. There's a Saratoga, some salmon tail catfish from the Northern Territory, a couple of giant gouramis, all sorts of stuff. It's a little bit crazy in here. Oh, there's the dovies in there somewhere. And some peacock bass, of course. And a rogue flowerhorn. Oh, and don't forget the stingray. We have, and he managed to get some food. Good boy. That is an absolute pain, that stingray. So he harasses the girls and everything. So I can't even keep him with the girls. It's a good thing he's not overly huge, but he's big enough. So they're slowing down a little bit. Hemianthus cats. You've got a prawn in your mouth. Don't get eaten by that thing. Oh, jeez. I forget how big those catfish are. They're maybe 50 centimeters or so. So it's very deceiving. This tank is 4 foot front to back. That is enough food for you guys. And then my sump. I have a big fish in my sump at the moment. And it's gone. So I need to get that fish out of the sump, but it's too big to go in this tank because it will eat half these fish. Yes, I know. Comment down below if you know what that fish is. Maybe another prawn. No, it's gone. It's gone. Yeah, comment down below if you can guess what that is. It is not the Murray cod, put it that way. South American. So, I think that is probably all the feeding we're going to do. I think I've got a couple of prawns left. Let's give them to Mr. Red Tail Cat. There we go. They're on your face. He's very good at finding food. Sometimes. Or not. Definitely doing laps. So yeah, I want to aquascape it, but I can't because he's just going to destroy anything in the tank. He destroyed the gravel. That was lovely with gravel, and I thought a few nice rocks, not going to happen. But again, yeah, the tank is not big enough. It's only 9x4. So I think something like a big viewing pane on like a huge, maybe 20-foot diameter pool or something. Even 20-foot diameter doesn't sound very big, does it? Because I think both of these tanks, that's 18 foot. I think, yeah, maybe 20-foot diameter would be big. Okay, one day hopefully we'll get 20 foot by maybe 4 foot by 20 foot back. I think that would be good because then hopefully I could have him with some of the other bigger fish and he won't inhale them. Hopefully. Anyway, that's enough of those fish. I did get a few things today. Oh, I actually do have some fish too. I should do an unboxing so you can see what fish I take home. Okay, I have opened it now because it was sealed. This is what I take home for the people interested. So we have a whole lot of baby bristlenose. Yes, I know, not very exciting, but currently saving all the fish that we can. And baby bristlenose bred in the shop end up in one of these tubs. Oh, I've actually, yeah, for people that missed a little short, I have now modified my overflow. I have a little metal thing there. What's it called? A regulator. And I have water siphoning down into tubs. So all these are gravity fed into these tubs, and the pump down the bottom is obviously pumping the water. If we go up the top into all those pipes and then trickling back down again. So if my power does go off, I'm going to lose that much water, but it's just going to end up in the 6-foot sump, which is that thing, and then it'll just pump back up. So far so good. I did have air stones like that on the end of the little lines. They lasted 2 days before they clogged up. How good is that? So, like this one here I just replaced this morning, but now I'm going to go to these little metal bits. I think they're probably going to corrode pretty soon, so I'll find something like a heavy plastic one or something that I can use permanently. The fish won't get sucked up. There's just baby, what are they? Baby rainbow fish. Baby rainbow fish. So yeah, they won't get sucked up into there, but so far it is working quite well. So we'll acclimatise the babies to go into this system here. I've also got some Corydoras. So if you watch the unboxing video the next day or two, you'll see these Corydoras, which are wild caught Corydoras solus. Solus? Oh, I can't even pronounce that. But whatever, it's on the screen. Maybe one day I'll learn to talk, who knows? But currently, no, not learning to talk anytime soon. So I have 4 of those. I did want females because I have a group of males. And my group of males is way in the back of this tank. Wait, if we zoom. I've had the group of males for about a year or so. Haven't had any females. Did order 4 females. Looks like they've sent me 2 possible females and 2 males. There's at least 1 female, put it that way. So I have those Corydoras. I have a few more rice fish, though. I just have leftover little rice fish in the shop because the rice fish I have at home are reproducing like no tomorrow. They've got to be the easiest fish to reproduce. They're just laying eggs in the tanks, and I've got them in the wrong water. I have them in my L number system, and there are babies everywhere. I don't know if you can see the little speck. The babies are actually hatching. There's a pair there. And there's actually some babies in this tank as well. So the eggs are hatching. They're not eating them. They're going through the overflow. They're going down the bottom here. There's about 30 or 40 of them in there now. And then they're going through the impeller and ending up in all the bloody tanks. So there's little rice fish popping up all through this system, which is kind of hilarious. I know, it's going to be a problem eventually, but for now, it's just the fun of rice fish where they shouldn't be. I am going to put them in some little above ground ponds or something like that. The last rice fish I had outside got wiped out by the native wildlife. So no fish in the ponds currently, because if it's not the bloody tree snakes eating them, it's the birds. If it's not the birds, it's the mayfly larvae, the dragonfly larvae, every single other thing in Australia that eats fish. I have yet to find a bird in here perched trying to eat my fish. Hopefully that won't happen, but who knows? I'm sure that would be a wonderful video for some people. So yeah, so I got those guys, and then the only other thing I did pinch, and this is a preview to what we've actually got in stock this week, are some longfin albino Corydoras. Yes, I know I wasn't going to take any. I didn't take any of the last maybe 3 or 4 batches home, but I have some now because they are awesome. Not too sure where they're going. I'm going to have to obviously quarantine them, so I'm not putting any of these fish, especially the wild caught Corydoras solus or whatever they're called, into there. And back to Kate and Kate's boyfriend. There's Kate in the back. The darker one is Kate's boyfriend. So many whiskers, so blue, so wow, much wow. So she does have her little claw nipped off. That was a small accident involving another crayfish. We won't go there, but when she sheds her ectoskeleton, that will be perfectly back to normal. So far they've got along perfectly fine. Hopefully, him being blue and her being blue, all the babies are going to be blue. So I have bred her before with a normal coloured Queensland red claw, which is sort of an olivey, greeny, mingy colour. There's one on the screen to show you what they look like normally. Look at them, they're just legs and whiskers everywhere. And all the babies turned out blue. So she's obviously co-dominant, which just means that her weird blue colour is a dominant gene. Look at the cool colours on her. So she's got really nice pink on her. Look at her beady black eyes. Look at her little pinches. She's lovely. So she will get a little bit bigger than that, but she's a pretty decent size. I have large blue hands to blend in with my blue crayfish. You couldn't even read about this, could you? Look at that. See? Which one's the crayfish and which one's me? So cool. Anyway, let's go back to more fishes. Hey, what are you doing, Benji? Who's that? Is that crayfish? Sniff, sniff. Oh, they're kissing. Don't kiss the crayfish, you'll get nipped. Woof. But that, so far, is that. So that's my sort of brief update on what has happened. Not a lot. I still have to sort out these tanks up here. Obviously, the stands are not really going to support them. Oh, my angelfish are breeding. So the green Bulgarian angels are finally about to lay eggs. So I've got them split up in there. That's about it. Haven't got the plumbing done to that, but hopefully over the Christmas break, I will get that sorted. I had 3 days off. Woohoo. Anyway, if you want to see more videos like this, click the thumbs up so I know. I know, it's very vague. Expect a very cool unboxing video in the next day or two though. Bye.